Hey, I'm Blue Street. Today I'm teaching and talking about rigging the advanced character for Unreal Engine 5. So we are inside the Blender. The first thing we want to do is to categorize our character to different collections or something. That's not necessary, but I love to do this. The first thing you have to pay attention to is you don't have to rig the weapons to your characters that your character need to continuously use them and unuse them. Like this weapon, we holster and unholster this in our game, so I just hide this stuff like the knife, the axe, the AR, and the pistol. So I hide this, and later I will add them inside the Unreal Engine. Let's rig our character now. I am disabling the live view of multi-resolution. I don't have any modifier applied or have on these meshes. Like I only have some modifier here, but I don't need that anymore. That was for baking and stuff. So first off, try to separate the parts that you want to rig separately. For example, I want all this stuff to be together except this part. I quickly separate this part and join this part together because I want this all in one. We are keep doing this to all stuff that we want, like actually this rope and this belt. We quickly select this rope and this belt and just buckle. Like this is something like the upgrade, so your character can upgrade to next level, like the upgrade tree. You must familiar with it. If you are game artist, she can level up and unlock these features. In this stage we are good to go. So create a collection. Make sure you don't have any rig name root. So I just named this UE5 skeleton. After this, I just import the Unreal Engine 5 queen because my character is a female. So I just need a female Unreal Engine 5 mannequin to rig it properly. I just add the queen. Make sure this name is root and not root 001 or something. After adding that, we just check if this is overlap with our character or not. It's important to see if your character overlap and match with your Unreal Engine 5 mannequin. If your character is in a pose or any pose that not match with this, simply you can rig it with Mixamo or something. Like if you are have the character like T pose, like this, rig it with Mixamo and fix it by rotating the bones and overlap completely with Unreal Engine 5 mannequin. You can change the bone in edit mode actually, so I just can select these parts and change it, but it's too much risky, you know. If you do that and rotate the bone in the wrong direction, it will break your animation and your hand look like weird or something. So the best way I found until now is to match your character with Unreal Engine 5 mannequin. So I'll start with simple thing. I just first rig my head and arm and of course the teeth and the eyes. First thing I want to do, I unhidden this. I select my head. Don't worry about multi-resolution here. Just think that if you don't have multi-resolution, it's okay. It's just for my work. So I'm here selecting the data transfer. Right now I'm working with Blender 3.6. So maybe you are working with Blender 4.1 or something, and this is maybe difference, but the data transfer modifier is the same. So just use the data transfer modifier, set the source to SK Queen or Mani simple. Just set the source to the skeletal mesh that you are just export from the Unreal and enable the vertex data, vertex group, And in this stage, we have to pressing on the generate data layers. But before that, I'm quickly check if I have a preset vertex group or not. If I'm not, I'm okay to generate. If I have, it's better to remove that. If you are using the important vertex group, you don't have to remove it. So I just press generate data layers. We can see already have all the data from the SK mannequin. So I just apply this modifier. What we actually did is we generate the vertex group, the actual weight paint from the SK mannequin to our model. So right now, if I check my vertex group and go to the weight paint, if I press on, we say spine, like spine 4, because I don't have a full body, we can see like head. It's automatically transfer the data from the SK mannequin to the nearest vertex of our mesh. And another thing we want to do is to press our mesh, press the armature Control P with empty groups, because we don't need to add groups or something. We already have groups. So now go to the pose mode and you can see your character weight the same weight as the SK mannequin. You can check your rig to see everything works perfectly. Now let's rig our eye, eyelash, and teeth. So basically, this stuff moves with the head bone. So we don't need to do the data transfer for that. I just select these three, shift select the armature, Control P, and with empty groups. So what actually this do for us, create all the important weight paint groups and all the important vertex data with zero weight paint. So I can now actually weight paint this. Select your armature, shift select your mesh, go to the weight paint mode, control select your desired bone. In this case, I want to rig this to the head armature. So I select head armature, tab to go to the edit mode, A to select all, and assign. So right now, if I go to the pose mode and select the head bone, you can see our eyelash completely follows the head movements. And because our neck bone moves the head bone, and it actually works fine. You see? Great, right? Easy. I will do this for the teeth and for the eyes as well. And everything now follows the head. Great. Now I can hide my model folder and hide our body. I will start with clothes. I will unhide the mannequin and you can see it's perfectly fit. I select, um, we'll start with the shoe, right? Start shoe from bottom to top, and it's not matter what where you start, just pick the one you like. So we do the same data transfer, select the mannequin, vertex data, vertex group, and check if you don't have any vertex groups. Generate, apply, select your boot, shift select your armature, Control P, and you can see if I select armature and shift select my boot, go to the weight paint, Control click on the bone, you can see the weights that transfer to our boot. You can see it's perfectly, near perfectly um, rigged. We can do a bunch of stuff like we can smooth this and our weight works better just with the few clicks. Great, right? So we do this for the other part as well. Great. That's for the boot. Let's do it for pants. Um, Data transfer. We are doing the same, guys. We are just doing the same. Go to the pose mode. I quickly hide this and go to the pose mode. And that's for our pants. Easy. We perfectly done, right? So I click my pants, shift click the armature, go to the click armature, shift click your pants, go to the weight paint, and you can see the weight of your pants. I just smooth all groups. So I just by doing that, all these groups will be smooth, so I don't have to go one by one. And you can see it's reads nearly perfect. We can do much stuff here, but I'm pretty happy with this. Great. Okay, another thing, actually, the shirt. I will unhide the skeletal mesh, select shirt, data transfer, select source. We are doing the same. Sorry about the sound. And apply this again. And we are quickly checking this. So maybe for the shirt, some parts not working quite right. Like you can see this part is stretching. So we gotta fix it ourselves. Now we got to weight paint. Select the armature shift, select your mesh, and we are finding the problem. I just in the weight paint mode, I control click one of my bone. I quickly just need to shirt, go to the weight paint mode and changing it. So basically I don't want this part to move. That's this way. You can see we are clipping it. But the arm not goes that high, but actually I gotta fix it. So I just have to go edit mode and selecting this area, remove, and you can see we are not affecting with the clavicle anymore. So I just may delete more here. Great. I unhidden my model. I test if my head should interact with this or not. I can see we are not interacting with the shirt. So quickly go back to the weight painting, select the head, select all, and we are remove the weight. So I don't want to just select this part. I select all if it's influencing another area. So we are checking other bones to see if we need to interact with our shirt or not. I don't need to neck to interact with this also, but I want to neck one interact a bit. So I just select neck one, deselect all group, and I will assign this part to it. So it can move this part actually, but the other part now. Great. So another part I want to fix is this part. You can just draw a bit here. By doing that, we are fixing that bit. We don't need too much here, just need great. And we are doing this for the other part as well. You can see we have more issues here because the paint, the weight not spreading right. So we are just adding our cell. We are just adding our cell. Great. Smooth. So I just press smooth on here, so but you can go to the weights and smooth if you don't know that. We're good to go. You can see we are fixing that the beat. I don't go for a perfect weight painting. I just need something that's not looks weird and semi-realistic. So again, we are good with the shirt, I guess. I quickly select my bone, go to the pose mode, press F3 and clear all transform. And our bone, the scarf left. So let me quickly rig this scarf first. So I just select my mesh, shift select my armature and empty groups. Select my armature, shift select my mesh, go to the weight paint. I want this to move with my spine 5. So you can see with the neck, we don't have that much movement. Like we just have something like this, that not much to move the entire one. So I just select the spine 5 and sign my scarf. You can see it's now moving with my spine. But I actually do this. I select my neck and you can see we need a tiny movement here. I just select this and with the low value, really low, like 0.1, I just add this to the neck. We add a tiny movement, but we don't need on the all. I just need on the top. So I just remove this paint from the bottom and select. Maybe we increase the 0.3 and smooth. Right now you can see if I select this bone and change it, it will interact with the scarf as well. Maybe I add more weights, like I just go with 0.5. It's just trial and error to see what suits your character. In this case, 0.5, really amazing. I just smooth a bit, and yeah, that's really amazing. Okay, we are going for jacket. Just do the same that you did with other part I just told you, and shift select the mesh, go to the with empty groups, shift select your armature and your mesh, go to the weight weights, and we are checking the weights. So right now we have so many issues. You can see we have to fix them one by one. Actually, no way to run. Okay, in so many parts we can see we get a really nice result. Like the hands moves right, the arms moves right. We need just some basic changes here. You can see even this separated bottoms moves correctly with the body. Okay, we are starting with the shoulders. Basically, most of the problem here with shoulders, not just the shoulders with this part. So we don't need this part to interact with this. I just select and I can see some of these weights interact with my jacket. I just click here, press to the change to the subtract, and I just manually make this clear this paint. And you can, if it's stay up, you can see this is not the only one influencing this. I control click on other bones and clear this as well. You can see by clearing it, we nearly fix these issues. I just smooth a bit and it's back up. Just again, remove the weight, leg, and remove this weight again. And great. Now we are really good, and we are fixing this way as well. This may be annoying because the blender rigging doesn't have the symmetry, but it's okay. It's not that much hard that we don't want to spend on. Just quickly smooth this if it goes up, and yeah, that's fixed. Great. Check this one again. Go to the add, and oh, add some weight here. Go to the subtract again, smooth, remove this, and yeah, you're good to go. Okay, now we can see we don't want these edges to move with our bone actually. So you can see it will it's moving with the clavic right and left actually. So I just go to the edit mode, um, using this to select this part actually, because I want to select these as well, select this as well, and let's select all of this, maybe control plus add, select more, and you just need all of this and remove from right clavic, and do the same for the left clavic, and you can see we are still influencing with other bones. We find upper arm twist, so maybe it's different for you, just you have to look for it. I found mine, you found yours. So you can see we are fixing that issues, not a big deal, and there is no movement with the clavic anymore, but we are still, let's quickly see, we are still moving the top part with other bones that should be. So another thing, we don't need to be in track with the neck. Right now, I just remove from the neck. We remove all, and you can see also interacting with this and don't want, and we don't need this. And right now, we can simply fix these issues, and you can see how beautifully we actually rig this scarf. Look at this beautiful fold that it's making. If you are weight painting good, and you should get this result. We are selecting our armature, go back to the pose mode and clear the transformation. So basically, you don't fully clean up your mesh and your weights here. You have to test it inside the ng. So, but I'm not doing that right now. I just completely rig everything and test it one by one inside the Unreal Engine 5. Now we completely rig the cloth. I hide this and go to the military class. I start with the bottom to top again. I select the knee pad. So the knee pad may be some tricky. You have to see if your knee pad gonna be bent or not. So some of the tactical knee pads will bend, like the military class and tactical knee pad. But some of them, like you are using knight armor, doesn't bend, but I've seen a lot of video games do that, and the armor like bend. It's like not iron or something. I see in Elden Ring you can actually do that with the same armor and stuff, but I don't recommend it. So for the metal armor, you just need to rig the knee pad to the one specific bone, but for the tactical, we need this to rig with two specific bones. So we already have the tactical. I just select this, shift select the armature with empty groups. Select the armature, shift select your mesh, go to the weight paint. So right now I'm rigging the half bottom with the calf R and the half top with the tie twist 2R. So this is for the right leg. So I just select this and assign this to the top and Control I to invert. Assign this to Control I to invert the selection. Select this and select the call bar. Go to the edit mode, assign. So right now you can see I just smooth a bit. You can see if I bend this, the half bottom will now bend with this. And so we get this result. And the half top stays still with the pants or stuff. Let me quickly hide the pants because I model this base on my character so you can see we are doing this. And this is the correct one. We have to rig some of these areas to our actual this bone, our calf R, actually, if you want to rig it advancedly, but this is how you actually want to rig your character, basically. Um, you can do another thing. You can just delete all these groups. Um, Data transfer, receive the data from your pants that you are already rigged to your armature. I just do this and with empty group. By doing this, it follows everywhere that pants go. So you can see we have much better weight painting. We don't need to fix this area. It's fixed for us. You can see this already. Uh, I don't know the word, but yeah, you can see we have these two methods. That's the manual. This is the automatic way. I I really don't actually recommend the automatic way because you can see we are breaking this stuff that we shouldn't. We shouldn't have to break this, but the bow fades work perfectly. With the manual, you have more control. You don't have to clean up. You just add some weight here and do that by yourself. But I just want to teach you that. But in my case, I just automatically weight this, and we are go up, and we have the holster actually, and these pouches and stuff. This holster. What I'm actually gonna do? Select this part. Data transfer. We do the same with them. We do the same thing. And empty group. So maybe you are a little bit confused here, but when you do this stuff yourself, you will actually understand some of these things. But right now, just you can see how it actually need to be done. Uh, Actually, there is a lot of way to do this stuff, but this is my preferred way. So select the armature shift, select your. It's actually quite fine for me. Not something I want to fix or something. It's fine for me. I like it. Maybe some area I will fix it later, but yeah. So you can see when we remove the weights from the top parts, it actually don't have any way to support this. So the way to fix this, it's quite easy. I just find the good one. This is the good one, the spine 5. So the actual top part can move with the spine 5. So I just select all these parts. Make sure this is overlap so I can select everything. Make sure to select everything here. Press L to select a specific one and force the inside this part. And yeah, I just assign. And you can see this by adding some smooth fix. And we can move our jacket perfectly. For these pouches, again, these pouches need to specifically rig to the specific bone. So I just select this, shift select the armature with empty groups, select the armature, shift select the mesh, and in this case I want to move with this bone actually. So I just select this bone, select all, assign, and it move with this bone without no issues. Great. We do the same for this stuff here into groups, time, and done. I will rig this part with the backpack, so I just hide this armor, data vertex group, and generate data layers. We are doing the same by with empty groups, so I quickly hide this and test it out. See if there is any issues. You can see it's nearly perfect. Nearly perfect. We have some really tiny issues here that every game character have this stuff, so we don't need to go crazy and fix all of this. Not noticeable inside the game. We just need some obvious mistakes. We just need to see them, like this one. This is the obvious mistake. You just need to fix this stuff. With your bone, shift select your mesh, go to the weight paint, and simply just by subtracting this, fixing the issues. Last one, and it's automatically fixed. Great. Move this as well. You can see we need to add some weight to this area because this area should move with the spine. So test it out quickly, and great. The mask is pretty easy. I just select all. We need to actually weight this mask to the head as well. So I just do this, sign. I'll select this one and sign again because I want to change her filters in the game. That's why I keep this separated. You can see already we can hide our hair to see if it's working right. So basically it's working really fine. You can see. Great. Select the pelvis here and move it around to see if there is any issues like unweighted vertices or something. We are completely fine. Okay, now the tricky part, how we can rig the backpack actually. So it's maybe a little bit tricky, but let's just isolate the backpack for now because I need this. Select this data transfer the data from my jacket, generate, assign. I am unhidden root phone and with empty group. So right now we are testing this. We maybe get a lot of issues here. So I just testing this with the spine, and you can see it's not quite right. It's good because when we move these bones, it actually move. You can see, but maybe my character want to bend from this area actually. So you can see we have to keep the weights up to this area so we don't get these issues here actually. So I select my bone shift, select my backpack, go to the pelvis. We are remove every weight that pelvis actually have on this backpack and select the spine one. So this is my main spine. My character should bend it will start from this spine actually. So I will add this bottom part just by selecting this part. Don't want to be so much clean, but yeah, this part and smooth a little. And you can see you are bending right. When you want your character to be bent like this, you have to use this spine one. Back to your character so you don't have much issues if it's working with, you can see working nearly good. And you can see we have some issues with this. Actually, our left hand should not have impact on the back. So I just select all this area and control plus to select all. So I just select all and I will deselect this. Control minus. I just deselect all of this strap and I will remove remove. I just remove one by one the weight from this hand. Depends on your backpack, it may different, but actually you are seeing the idea of rigging your character, not the specific one. So I giving you these tips and you will perfectly rig your beautiful characters. Okay, you can see I forgot the gloves, but quickly get back to it. So right now I just actually rig the backpack, but we are not done with the backpack. I'm quickly rigging these hands. Let me select these gloves, data transfer, and selecting the escape mannequin. Vertex theta, we're doing the same actually, and empty groups. We are good to go. Our fingers weight near perfect. We have some issues. How we fix this? Select your armature, select your mesh. Check the parts. We have some issues here. Just weights smooth all groups, and it should fix your problem. It should. Yeah, you can see we are have no problem here. Maybe some problem here that we can quickly fix just by selecting these areas manually and remove. Still have some issues with here, and yeah, we are fixed that. It's okay because its gloves will interact the other parts a bit. I'm happy with this. We are checking this side as well. So you can see Control Shift M to select the invert and remove. We have some issues with this, and I think we are good to go. Yes, and that's for the hand, actually glove. So we are back to the, you hide the clothes and back to the other things I want to add. Belt, big belt for, and this teddy bear. We are checking the bone that moves everything, this one. And we need to rig this belt to the spine one as well. Control P, empty groups, and we are rigged to the bone. So actually the other parts may not interact with this. I just rig it with spine 2 as well with a little tiny bit actually changes, but yeah, you can see we are not moving this stuff, so I just quickly fix this as well. I just select this part, this tree, and this part, this tree, and make sure to rig this to the assign this to this one, and with this you can see we are good to go. We'll rig this teddy bear as well to the spine one. Okay, another important thing, we have to rig this rope. Actually, this one is maybe a little bit hard because it's interacting with many bones. But this part we later add a claw physics to it, so it's hanging. So I just need to add data transfer. We are receiving data from the bag and we generate that data, empty groups. Let's check it out. So we can see we are actually getting good result here. Let's move with the actual backpack. It maybe some stretches here. You can see there's some problem, but this bone not moving solo. So later when you add animation, if it cause a problem, you have to fix it later. But right now, leave it like this because this part is really hard to get a proper actually weight. You shouldn't weight this rope to different bones. It just need to be rigged with a specific one, or if you want to rig this to the many bones, you have to manually rig this one by one, area by area, and correctly. But right now we are speed up the process because we didn't test it out. Later, if we test it out and it's caused the problem, we will fix that. So just leave this be, and you can see the only things that left. We are quickly go to pose mode, select the pelvis and move this to see the parts that we are not actually rigged yet. In this case, I just quickly rig this watch. Empty groups. We just need to rig this watch to the hand left. And great. And don't forget to save your projects to make life. So I just need to rig this to the spine one as well. So just click Control P empty groups and selecting this spine one and add this. So now if I move the pelvis, you can see we are almost weight everything. The only thing left is to this one is a tricky one, but we'll fix it. So we are rig this to the shoulder actually, completely to the shoulder, because the hand move with the shoulder most of the time. The shoulder always get involved, so you must rig this to the shoulder so you can see. But yeah, we can add some. You can add this to the arm as well to get this result. It's completely fine. You can see we get the small movement with the arm that not break everything here. So yeah, it's your choice actually. Okay, now the only things left these pouches. Quickly um, Control P to empty groups, selecting this, select actually spine 4, and we are good to go. I think I rigged everything. Let's test it all together. Select the pelvis, move it around. You can see we have no issues, so there is no vertices that's left off. Let's check the legs. You can see we are nearly perfect. We have some issues here that we later fix, but it's quite awesome. Let's make our character run just like this. Let's check the hands. Quickly check the hands, and we have some issues actually here, but it's okay because we removed the shirt area when she wear a jacket, and when she wear it off, we again use the shirt with the arms, so don't worry about this again. We have to use the shoulder actually for this. We have some. You can see if you are weight this with the arm, you get this really some issues, but it's okay. It's completely up to you. So you can see we are actually okay. The rig works perfectly. Not the weight actually, but we will fix this weights later. Don't worry. Okay, now I go to the pose mode, select all, clear all transformation. Before I export this, I quickly save this. I actually uh, create the Unreal Engine template first. So I go to the games. I must create a third person for this. I call this division. And right now I'm in my project. So the one thing I want to do, it's specific to my templates because I use UDIMs and grooms. So I just search for grooms, enable Alembic groom importer and groom for my hairs and stuff, and go to the edit, project settings, search for textures, go down, enable the virtual texture support. This actually allows you to use UDIMs inside the Unreal Engine, and make sure if you are using the alpha mask or opacity mask, enable this. I am using one, and restart your project. Okay, it may take you a while, but because I'm already enabling this stuff in my other project, it's not um compiling the shaders, so it's quickly load up for me, but may take you 30 minutes or something in your first attempt. Okay, I'm back into Blender. I hide this and start exporting the necessary stuff here. So I just hide this stuff, hide the jacket as well. I quickly select all, make sure that everything that I want is visible only. So lastly, select your armature and go to the file, export FX. Why FX file? Because the FX file can carry a lot of information like your weights, your subdivision, your armature and something. I don't explain the other export options. We are using FX. So selected object, armature mesh others, we don't need bake animation. Go to the armature, make sure the add lift bones is turned off, and geometry, we need to smoothing, go to the faces. We can keep this on, but if you have subdivision level enabling your character, make sure to turn this up because it will apply your subdivision and your mesh get really high poly count or something. Okay, now we are exporting this to the new folder I created. I just named this UE5, go inside, and this is my model actually. This is my model. Okay, I export this. Okay, uh, now we are exporting the jacket individually. So I just keep the jacket and armature. Select the jacket, lastly select your armature and export this. The setting you just made, it's saved if you are not closing the Blender. Just want to export this, call it jacket, and export. Now we have jacket, we have the model, so I just need to hide this. Okay, I hide this one and hide the clothes. Actually, the only things left is this military stuff. I don't want these weapons right now, so I just hide these weapons. I need to export the backpack first, so I just let's see. I want this to be individual, so I just hide the radio. I need this rope to be individual. I hide this as well, and also this one, this fully individual, and this bag. I just need the backpack actually, and uh, this one individual. Yeah. Okay. I just need the backpack. So select backpack. Lastly, select the this watch, this tiny one. I for you. So I just export this backpack. Make sure to lastly select your armature. Otherwise, you will get the backpack. And I hide this and unhide the pouch. So I just export this. This naming is not necessary, but make sure there's no spacing between them. I just want to work organized. So I export everything here. So I just hide this and actually hide this as well. So there's left with military one. So no, maybe I just export this individually as well. So I just we export all of this, and before I export the weapons, I just quickly test it all inside the Unreal Engine. So for working organized here, I just right click, actually, yeah, right click on the content and new folder, call this rogue, uh, rogue, because my character name rogue, and create another folder inside the rogue folder. We call this meshes. So I will create I will import my exported meshes right now. Go to the where I actually export that, select all, open. I will select the schematic one. So if you are using a meta-human, this is the same. So you can use the schematic. You can just, if you are using meta-human as well, use schematic one. So in this case, if I create a new material, it actually will break. It's too much stuff will import, so I just um, do not create material and do not import any texture because I want to import them manually. It may take me a while, but it's actually worth it. The cleanup is not. And import all. I will delete every physics asset for this. I just so we have our meshes. Let's set up our character. Go to the third person. We already have a blueprint. Later, for myself, I will create my own one, my very own one. But just for testing our character, we are using this. So open up this window. Close this. No need this. So go to the viewport, and I will change this mesh to our model. Actually, we name our model, so you can see right now we can play with our character. This is the character that I rigged. Like perfectly, you can move around, no issues. We also have the IKFK. You can see, no problem, easy. So this part we reached how to add the attachment and props to our character. It's super easy. Just go to the physics construction side, stay in this panel, just open the content browser, go to rogue meshes, and select everything except this model, actually the base mesh you're using. So grab all and make it the child of the mesh. Actually, right now you can see this not attached to your body, and we need to fix this actually. Okay, how to fix this? Go to the construction script, the panel right beside your viewport. If you don't have this, it's in function constructed. It don't have it, actually make one. So It's a must be in construction script, guys. Make sure. Okay, grab this and search for set leader pose. It's no matter which one you select, just select one, delete this, and okay. Basically, we are targeting our other skeleton mesh, like holster pouches. We are right now make that a child of our actual mesh, and make our mesh a new leader. So the other parts follow every movement that the actual mesh have. So we select all, grab this here, and we attach this one by one. We are selecting our mesh and attach this to the new leader pose. And when we compile this, we see everything correct now. You can see we are quickly save this, Shift S to save everything and play. You can see right now we have some issues. The pouch is not following. Why? Because maybe we are exporting not right, and you can see the backpack, it's not working quite right. All the stretching or stuff, so we gotta fix this as well. But everything else look perfectly well, so we can test it here as well. So I go to mesh, go to the animation asset, we are selecting a walk, female walk forward. You can see we are completely fine. Look at this beautiful weight paint. We're just having this character run. We are fixing this stuff later inside the blender, so it's not going to give you the perfect weight painting at the first, but you can see this is actually near perfect. We have this all the elements. I will later add the physical construction to this, but yeah, now we set up our character. You can see the steps. The other steps is to import your materials, set up your materials. I think this video is really long for now. It's been an hour or 2 hours. I really didn't watch the uh, arrow, but quickly I will fix this and show you the complete setup character. So I just quickly see what the issues. We have some issues with this part. I save, close this. I actually run this together, but because I'm running OBS right now, it's slow down my computer, so I just um, closing this. Go to my project, check this, grab the pelvis, and we can see it doesn't have any issues. The issue is that we exporting this wrong. So I just export this again. Go to this actually the BH build. Select. Oh, I explained to you this, so I just quickly export this. Close this. Open up division project. Go to the rogue mesh import. I have the BH build open and yes, overwrite it. So now if we are checking, it should be fixed, and you can see it's fixed. Simple, right? I just can see it inside. So because I'm using animation, I said it's like this, but right now we are getting a really good weight paint. We have we need work on the backpack more, because right now it's just like not right, not feels right. This is how you should actually rig your character, import inside Unreal, and use it in blueprints. So if you have any issues, please comment me down below. I will answer you, and if you have issues that need a video, I will make one. For other parts, I will make a video about how you can set up the shader for the skin, for the eye, make an advanced shader for your clothes so it's dynamic, get wet, and later I will make a video for the weapons, so how you can attach the weapons to different parts. So guys, That's it. I hope you learned something from this video. If you are not following me, this is the right time to do. I will make a video every time I can. I will live stream nearly every day. You can see my lives, or yeah, leave a comment and like this video, share it with your friend, and have a good night or day or whatever time you are at actually. See you around.